Again, it was very fun to meet you the other time, and now it's even more fun to watch the films again. I have a colleague with me today.
Hello, my name is Gunhild, and I'm an actress and a teacher, and I work here at Unga, Klara.
Yeah.
And I would like to say thank you very much. I wasn't attending ypal, but I've seen the films you made. First of all, I would like to say I think that this is very... You can recognize yourself in very much what you showed us. The fact that episodes or places or times in life that you are not able to communicate and you're not able to understand, and that is very profound for a human being. So thank you very much for that.
Yeah, and I found, for me, the first time when I was actually in the room, I found the scene very inspired by all the performances we've seen. And now when I see it the second time, I can feel that even though we spoke English, every one of us at ypal, I could still feel that our own languages, there was some kind of barrier between us language-wise, because we couldn't understand each other properly. So for me, even though this is another story probably than ypal, it's still, for me, it shows a bit of our difficulties at ypal.
And the fact that we as human beings want to be understood. We want to communicate, and if we don't communicate with our words, we start to move, and we start to communicate with the language, or with like a telephone. We start to like things that we know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then like one of the girls, she's hugging, she's touching, she's very directly to one of the audience. And also I'd like to say, suddenly two of the girls, the French one and the girl from Holland, I think.
Yeah.
They suddenly goes very silent. They don't move that much, they don't talk much. And I see this as a tendency when you're not able to communicate, it's very easy to fall behind in some way, to be on the outside. And so it's a very good image of what it's like to try to be a human being in many ways.
Yes, and I also feel this, that three of the girls go to the side while one of them goes to the audience. The one tried to get in contact with the rest of the people, and the three girls at the side, they're trying to communicate in their own small group. And that also show a bit of how you are as a human being. Do you go to one group, or do you try to stay with your little group? Well, it was a lot of images in this scene.
Very nice.
So thank you.
Thank you so much. What we've seen now, we're going to do feedback on 3 different scenes all together in one feedback, and we're starting with one where the girl is, which she asks her mother what she's going to be, or her mother asks her,
if she chose an occupation,
and she's
she says she chose medicine,
and but it's not working for her.
So she goes to
the theater, and that is a good thing for her. And I can, as far as I could see, I could understand why she chose theater, because that's much more. The theater group were very movable, very. They had a lot of humor and movements and sound, but when it came to the doctor group, they were quite stiff and static, and I'm not sure if that's gonna be a representative for the 2 occupations, but I could understand why she chose the theater.
And I felt when the mother was standing with her daughter, the mother was also stiff, holding her daughter over her shoulder, like very stiff.
Yeah.
So, and the mother seemed to be disappointed when the girl chose theater.
And at Unga, Klara, we're working with a project that we call upbringing. During 3 years, we're working with this project, and this is very much what we're into in different stages.
Yeah,
how to please our parents and not please our parents, and where do we come from, and how we are affected on what kind of upbringing and uprising we have.
Yeah, and I found it very funny. I didn't see it the first time when we were in the workshop, but I saw it now that in the end of the theater they're actually doing a play about the mother.
Yeah.
She's shouting, "Why did you choose theater?" and falls down to the floor. Very melodramatic.
Very good.
And I feel that that's kind of one of the theater's main thing to do, that to reflect reality. And that's exactly what this play does.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
then what's the next group? They were doing, they were crawling around on the floor.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful scene, very silent, very beautiful. And the first thing that came to my mind, that this is buffoonery. They are playing Buffon, like they are getting born as buffons, as creatures that can be whatever they like on stage.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar with the term.
Yeah, and I thought about this, that they started outside in a big circle, and then they were moving in, and they seemed to have trouble. They're trying to rise up, and then they fell down. Rise up and fell down. Moving into this close little group where they succeeded to stand up together.
And I've got an image of sperms swimming towards the egg at the embryo state of life.
So what we thought, we both think that it was some kind of birth, and some kind of coming together, rising up, being born as something, but having trouble with it.
And then the last
Yeah.
scene where they have this maum, where one man in the middle stands up. And to me it was very much like science fiction. This is in space. Maybe it's a comment for the Alien films. I don't know. It could be something very scary, even though. And he was like, when he moved, the people or the body on the floor were like moving with him, like he was pulling some strings.
Yeah. I got this image of some kind of slime or glue or something that holds them together and pulls apart and moves out and in somehow.
Yeah.
But he looked very calm in his face, and he was standing up and stretching out his arms.
Like a survivor or something.
Yeah.
And it was very nice, the fact that you are singing or doing a sound track on that scene, and suddenly there was silence. That was very effectful.
Yeah. And of course you can see on all the performances that we done, that we had been watching a lot of performance arts and got inspiration from that. And it felt nice to see that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.